All right, so in this video, we're going to look at this automated LinkedIn AI sales agent, which essentially what you can get is a virtual AI sales team working for you 24/7 to fill your calendar full of qualified leads ready to buy your products and services. The way this started is I was working with and I partnered with a marketing agency with a $10 million yearly revenue. They have hundreds of customers, and these are LinkedIn business development experts. And what they would do is they would send a message like this. It says hello and then the name, something like John Smith, whatever the lead's name is. And they'll send this message, for example, which would be, this is Augustine. I've created a strategy to make and manage invoices faster than ever. And so the problem with this is that they send the same message to every single person. And as a result, it does not create a connection, and it feels cold. So if you're reaching out to me and you're sending the same message that you send to every person, there is no connection because you have not paid attention to me. And if every good salesman knows that the most important thing about sales is listening to your customers. And so there's nothing in this message that shows that you paid attention to them. And so as a result, I was getting low quality connections. People that were just desperate to grow their networks to +1 their LinkedIn connection numbers. And also as a result, I was getting a low connection rate, averaging 1 in every 10 connections that I'd reach out with. Now, be mindful that this is a very successful marketing agency. So with numbers, and if you give this a few months, you will actually start getting meetings. I was getting meetings with them. Now, there's a better way to do this, I was thinking, and that's where we came up with this platform. And so essentially what we're doing is we define a set of leads. Now, there's a couple of plans, but in the second plan we offer, you can give us a profile. So it's so for example, I want this type of customer. I want CEOs at financial tech industry or at banking companies that are this many employees or have this much yearly revenue. There's a lot of filters we can use, but essentially at the end of the day, it's just a list of LinkedIn profiles which come in, and those are going to be defined as your leads. And essentially what will happen is an AI chatbot is going to connect with these leads on LinkedIn using the most intelligent AI available, and it will write a highly customized message to each profile, matching your product or service to their needs if you desire. And also what it can do is, and actually let me show you this. I'm going to take a detour from this right here. If you go into the settings, and in the automation settings, there's a couple of settings here. You can have it auto connect to people on LinkedIn. So if you click this, and it will automatically send whatever the system generates, and it will auto connect with them on LinkedIn. And then another thing you can do is you can have it auto respond to messages. And so let me go back and hit the slideshow again. So what happens is, if you want the AI to also not only connect, but also respond to the messages, perform follow-ups to the messages that after a period of inactivity. And in addition, what you can do is you can have her either answer questions about your product or service, and you can also use it to qualify your lead. So you can give the AI instructions to be something like, hey, does this customer have a budget? And so if the customer does have a bad budget, okay, how much is their budget? So you can say, okay, hey, AI, don't give them a meeting link or don't give them my contact information until they tell me that they have a budget of at least $1 million for a, marketing campaign, a project, whatever you're trying to sell. And so you can qualify to make sure that these leads are the ones that are right for you. In my profile and in our clients' profiles, when they were running this, it's 5 times more effective than not doing. So now what I'm getting is 5 in 10 connections accepted for every 10 invitations that I send out. So 5 for every 10. And in addition, I'm also getting 5 times more meetings. And the meetings that I'm having are actually much more valuable than the meetings that I was having before, where the person is a little bit more desperate that I was connecting with, and so they would get into these meetings with me and then try to sell me their own products or services instead of having it be the other way around. Now here's an example message, just so you get an idea. This is a real message that was sent out for a previous product I was trying to sell called Document Validator. Now here's George. He was one of my leads. So the AI will type to them, and so it'll say, "Dear George, congratulations on your new role as supply chain director at," and then his company. So what happened is it actually read George's profile, and it found on recent events that he had been either promoted or he just got into this role, and it actually wrote it into here. And then it writes, "Given your extensive background in both distribution and e-commerce, I believe our AI-powered document review platform, Document Validator, would be of significant interest to you." And so as you can see, it's matching my product that I was trying to sell, Document Validator, to his skills and experience. And on top of it, it's also touching a little bit on their ego and saying, "Hey, you have extensive background, and so that's why this product is right for you." So a little bit of a sneaky sales tactic there. All right, now on how it works, you're going to go into the platform, and what you'll find in the AI assistant settings is you can give your assistant a name, and once you do, you're going to give it some guidelines. Now, here's what our own assistant says, which is, "Our goal is to offer business development automation where we create opportunities for companies by automating the sales process using AI." And then here below we say, hey, the goal is for the message to be friendlier, as if you're talking to a friend, indirectly offering the services and asking if they know anyone interested in the services. So this is something that we've been trying recently that's led to a lot of larger amount of success. For instead of taking the direct approach saying, "Hey, do you want this product?" we'll say, "Hey, do you know anyone that is interested in this product?" And here's an example connection message of what it generates, but we're getting much better numbers using this approach. And you can do a lot of A and B testing with this. You can define this assistant. We have one customer, what she does is she put into this thread, and you can put 65,000 characters into here, but you can give it a lot of examples on your type of typing to make the AI sound like you. And so that's what her goal is, for to grow her own profile and to have the AI just sound like her. And so now back to this example for our AI. This is what the connections message generated looks like, just based on running it on myself. So it says, "Hey Augustine, I'm impressed by your experience in digital transformation and AI. At Pitransform, we specialize in AI driven blah, blah, blah. Know anyone interested in such services? Looking forward to connecting with Stephanie." And so it's taken the prompt that we gave it, the instructions to be friendly and to ask indirectly if anybody they know is interested in such services, and it's used that here. And so it's, as you can see, this is actually the message approval screen. So it says, "Hey, the message is pending approval," and then you can actually click to approve and connect. Or another thing you can do is you can refine the instructions and then refresh the message. And so once by default, when you get on the platform, it'll be disabled, so it won't automatically send the message. But once you gain enough trust in the platform, you can toggle those settings to automatically send the connections and the message responses and the follow-ups for you on your behalf. All right, so here's another cool thing about the platform now. It's got a lot of data and a lot of AI, and I'll show you some of the benefits right now in this call. Now, you can type out what your target customer looks like. So for me, my target customer is an owner at a medium-sized company. Now I ran that analysis on myself, and it'll actually give a score. So you can see here at the bottom, it's the platform has given me a score of 85% on me being an owner at a medium-sized company. Now, Pitransform is like 10 employees right now, so I'm technically I'm an owner at a small size company, so it's given me 85% match. Now, the amount of data that the platform has is incredible. And so, we gather the profile information, their summary, their events, their education, their work history. We have their profile picture. We gather their location. We have the history of every message that goes back and forth and the timestamps that are sent. How quickly is the lead responding? And with all of this information, we can get an incredible amount of insights and recommendations. I'll actually jump into some of these now. Let me actually show that instead of showing you in the slides. Let me show you this directly in the platform. So with this, it's incredible because with data and this amount of data and this AI, and our database is highly performant and can work with an incredible amount of information to generate these incredible insights that allow us to do sales like we've never been able to before, where you can do A and B testing on different approaches. So here's what it generates for me for the insights. It says, hey, you have higher engagement with business owners and leaders. Approximately 40% of those who accepted the connection request are owners, CEOs, or founders of businesses. In contrast, a significantly lower percentage of those roles are represented among those who did not connect. Here's another one. Lower engagement with niche service providers. Many of those who did not accept the connection request are in specialized services like bookkeeping, search engine optimization, and specific consultancy roles, which may indicate less interest or alignment with the offered value proposition. And so this is an incredibly, as you can see, it's very powerful. Here it says, okay, hey, it happens that the people that are responding to us, they are marketing and sales executives, and so maybe we should follow. So let me jump into the recommendations now. So it'll say, based on your success, let's continue targeting marketing leaders in innovation. So it's taking this one where it's saying, hey, you have good success with business owners and leaders, and insights based on this as well, which is, you have good success with folks in marketing and sales executives, and it's culminating all these recommended actions that can help us refine our sales strategy. And I have never seen this before in any platform where it'll generate these recommended actions for us to improve our sales strategy. So let me go back to the PowerPoint here, the slides. And so essentially what this will allow you to do is, grow your network like never before, and also improve your sales strategy like never before. But assuming you're using the platform, putting in at least, to the maximum amount of leads that it'll allow you to do per month, you can expect that the platform will reach out to perform outreach to these 500 or more high-value profiles per month for each account that you have with us. So that means for each account, you'll get between 20 to 30 connections per business day per account sent out, or connection invitations. And essentially what will happen is, or what you can do is you can get this virtual AI sales team. So you can hire as many virtual sales team members as you like. And I'll show you the enterprise plans in a moment, where we offer this in pods. But essentially, what will happen is you'll have this AI bot, and each bot will perform these automated connections, the automated follow-ups, automated responses for you. So just imagine the amount of leads that if you're a business owner, you're very busy. So how to keep up with all of the business development, all of the leads that may have asked you questions about your products, or leads that may have needed follow-up that you missed. This platform will do all of that for you. Let's go to the next slide here. And the security is very strong. And so the tools that we use for LinkedIn Control are APIs used by over 100,000 companies. And essentially what happens is there's 3 ways to work with us. One, you provide the platform a session cookie, and there's some instructions. There's also an instructional video that will guide you on how to do this. But essentially what happens is that cookie stays in your browser. It doesn't go anywhere. It's never saved in the database. Just stays in your browser. As soon as you log out, that cookie is no longer accessible and the platform can't do anything. So that's for the more security conscious individuals. Now, the way we've worked with before with other clients and how I've worked with other marketing companies myself is pass modified credentials. So let's say I change my password to shared password 1234 exclamation mark. And so you can give it you can give us modified credentials to work with us in that manner, or alternatively, here's a very interesting thing we do is we'll create an account for you. And so we have these accounts that are verified by real people, that are premium LinkedIn accounts just sitting waiting for a customer to pick them up. And so what happens is you will have something like you can essentially customize your profile. And so one thing that's commonly done is we'll rename the headline and their position to something like sales executive or sales representative at, and then whatever your company name is. And you can tweak the profile however you'd like. You can change the details. But essentially it's a separate account. Now, as you might imagine, there's advantages of running this on your own account, just in the way that there's advantages on running this on a scalable amount of infinite LinkedIn accounts where you can multiply your success just as many times as you'd like. So you can either grow your own network, or you can grow the network of, or you can just use other accounts to get meetings and qualified leads, etc. So just imagine, if you were to run this on your own account, say, every month, if you have the same success that I do, and I have a very standard profile, and you may get better connections than I do, but for every you'll get at least 200. If your profile is like mine, you get at least 250 connections new each month. And then just imagine if your network, every time you made a posting, had 250 new possible people reading your posts or receiving your messages every month. So it's very powerful just to be connected with people that you consider your leads in your specific market that you're targeting. Now, another point on the security is the platform will only read and write to the leads that you define in the platform. That means, let's say you have your friend from second grade there, and then another message is with a lead. So for the platform will only read and write to messages that are in your that are defined as your leads, and everybody else is discarded. It's discarded information. And so you won't have to worry about it sending programmatic messages to your best friend or whatever other folks' connections that you have in there that are not defined as your leads. All right, now on to pricing. There is the most basic plan is the growth plan for $497 a month, which is basically you get platform access, you get statistics, insights, and recommendations, and essentially you would manually add the leads, just LinkedIn profile URLs, and it will generate AI messages. And you can have the manual or automated connection or follow-ups or responses. So that's under the growth plan. Now, if you go to the next plan, it's the hands-free success plan, which is $997 a month. And essentially what this is just everything in the growth plan. You still have platform access and everything named before, but essentially we will run the platform for you, and we will do the lead generation for you, and also will quality control the messages and refine these and the sales strategy as we go along to improve the success. We'll perform A/B testing, and we'll follow the insights and recommendations. So essentially, this just saves you time. And as an add-on, as I was mentioning before, for an additional $259 per month, what we can do is we'll give you one of the dedicated premium LinkedIn accounts, which are owned and verified by a real person, and you can customize to your liking. Now, if you really want to promote yourself, if you want to maximize your success, what you can do is you can buy one of these pods in a monthly basis. So each pod will cost you $4,975 on this virtual Salesforce pod plan. And essentially what each pod has is just, still the same thing. We run everything for you, but it is 5 virtual AI assistants. So for each person, each one is one bot running one new profile. And essentially what you'll have is, those 5 dedicated premium LinkedIn accounts doing the outreach for you, getting you meetings, getting you getting your calendar full of qualified leads, qualifying them, responding, doing follow-ups, etc., but just multiplied by 5, meaning that you'll have 3,000 or more new leads per month being worked through the sales pipeline, just every month. So, and along with that, weekly reports and also real-time reports, just as we have in the other plans. Now, if you're interested and you want to get started, you can start with a free trial and see if you like the platform, if you like the services. And here's our email, info@pitransform.com. You can reach out to us there. Now, I'll take a pause here. The most important part for me is, and what makes this all is just the connection with people. So I want to hear from you. The most important thing for me is that I'm creating value for you, that I'm listening to the concerns you're having, any refinements that you want on the platform, anything that will kind of take this over the line. I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to make changes. I'm here to work with you. Address any concerns that you have. That's really the most important part. So if you want to have a meeting with me, you can schedule me specifically at pitransform.com, and I'm here to help you. So thank you very much for your attention, and have an amazing day.